Welcome to What's Happening, a show which focuses on current and upcoming events here in the city of Lynn. Here with me on the second day of Autism Awareness Month, and how pertinent is it so, Lucy Encarnacion and Francie Sudak of the Lynn Public Schools. Thanks, ladies, for being here. So we're here today to talk a little bit about your most recent event, the Family and Community Resource Fair. So we'll get in that a little bit more in detail as the show continues. But let's learn a little bit about you guys. Francie, why don't we start off with you? Tell us about who you are, your background, and how you're involved in Lynn.
Sure. Thank you, Sean, first of all, for having Lucy and myself. I am Francie Sudak. I have been with the Lynn Public Schools for 43 years. I grew up in Lynn, so back in those days didn't have an idea of what could be out there. And I guess over those years, so many different resources, so many different venues for people have grown. And after spending 29 years in a classroom, there was a grant that was written, and originally the Mass Family Network, and then it has now gone into the Coordinated Family and Community Engagement Program, and we serve from birth up to 8-year-olds throughout the city. And what we do is, when we say we serve, we can offer to families playgroups, story hours, we do home visiting, a multiple number of opportunities for families to keep them engaged, which is part of the title, keeping families definitely engaged. I thank you for bringing up the Autism Awareness Day, month. In our role, autism, we are looking for any kind of, what we do is prevention versus remediation. So every day is, an Autism Day. Just like next Monday starts the Brain Building Week, which is certainly huge because you can never get children young enough to start building those brains. And it's a great opportunity because we can get to educate not only the families, the legislators who are so supportive of the grant that this was all started under, but again, it's getting and reaching out to those little ones, the youngest citizens that we hope in our role to get them ready for the classroom door.
It's a huge endeavor, and the organization as a whole, the amount that you guys have decided to take on, it's incredible, and it definitely needs to be done. So I just want to thank you on behalf of Lynn. Keep doing what you're doing. Lucy, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
You're a tough find in Lynn. You guys are both pretty well-renowned folks from the Lynn area. So Lucy, let's talk a little bit about you and your role.
Well, my role working with this program has been for about 14 years now, working with Francie. I have wear very different hats over the years, beginning with a database receptionist for the Lynn Family Network, what used to be called, and Family and Children Service. And over the years, my roles have changed, and now I am a family advocate for the Lynn Public School, and also a home visitor for a program called Parent-Child Home Visiting Program. And it's where we come to the homes and we teach the parents the importance of literacy, the importance of teaching the children how to read and interacting with the children even as early as the age of 18 months, and the importance of just spending time with their child, interacting in different ways that they can teach literacy to children. Even those parents who don't speak English, and we bring English books, we teach them techniques and how can they interact with their children by just looking at the pictures of the book, and you'll be amazed that a lot of parents don't know that. So part of my role is that also the coordinator of one of the many coordinators of the resource fair, which just took place last week, and I run other events, activities in the center. Earth Day, for example, coming up pretty soon, and pretty much just advocating for families, helping families find resources, referrals to agencies that they might need assistance with, regardless of their need, their language. So we do a lot of referrals to early interventions, Lynn Housing, Welfare Department, people who are in need of heating or have issue with lead in their houses. So basically, that's part of my role.
When it comes to to-do lists, I'd say you guys probably have one of the longer lists in Lynn. And again, Lynn is a very diverse community. There are a lot of different cultures here. There are a lot of people who speak different languages here. So that must factor in as well. I know we've got a video to show our viewers at home, the Community Resources Fair. But Lucy, just tell me briefly a little bit about what its goal is. And you guys started planning this in November, and it just took off in March. It's a huge event, and it's very successful.
It is a very successful event. Thanks for the collaboration to a lot of agencies in the city. And the event is so important, not only for our programs, but also for families out there who don't know of the existence of so many programs. You know, you gather agencies from needs of housing, needs of learning how to save. So we trying to introduce financial literacy, lead poison programs, child care, after school programs, so many programs that are there that night of the event. And the goal is to bring people over there and have them realize how many great services are out there in this community.
Yes.
Most of these people don't access these programs because they don't know their existence. So the meaning of this fair is that family are invited, and we do this huge outreach early and putting the word out there. Thanks for the local channels and the newspapers, and you just putting the word out there and having people know that this is an event where they can find resources, referrals, great activities for the kids. It's a great deal of work, but it's also really rewarding to know that you, one way or another, you are helping a family reaching out to their needs.
And again, I can't thank you guys enough for doing what you do. Why don't we take some time to go to that video? It was developed in part by our interns here who are part of the cooperative program at LynnTech. So it's definitely pertinent to the subject at Lynn Public Schools. Why don't we go to that video now?
Hi, this is Francie Sudiak with the Lynn Public Schools, and here we are in the midst of our 18th annual Early Childhood Fair down at Commercial Street. Parents are flocking through here looking for resources from one of the 55 tables or all of the 55 tables that we have been able to very, very fortunately have people come from within the community, outside the community, to provide resources on daycare providers. We have medical facilities here. We have all kinds of course, literacy programs, medical. We have a great demonstration going on over there with Taekwondo. They're walking around, and as my pin says, Together for Children. We are all here tonight. We are together for the children right up to adults.
So the Early Childhood Fair started because there was a need for families to be informed about the services that there are in our communities. And the fair is so important to the community because there's so many services in our community that people don't know about. There's also registration for preschool lotteries, and there's also kinder registration. And it gives families an opportunity to come out and meet a lot of agencies and a lot of the services that they might need, but they not necessarily have access to it or don't know about it. So this is kind of like a place where they can come and they can find resources for themselves and advocate for their children and services that they need.
Hi, my name's Kathy. I work with the Lynn Public Schools Coordinated Family and Community Engagement Program. A part of the program is to coordinate the Parent-Child Home Program, which is a home visiting program for families with children 18 months to 36 months. And then also we have the Lynn Family Network that supports families as their child's first and most important teacher. So we provide playgroups and story times, things like that around the city.
Hi, my name is Maureen Callahan. This is Claire Callahan, and this is Cal Toon. And we are home visitors for the Parent-Child Home Program, which is a program for 18 months to 36-month-old children. We visit your home twice a week. We bring a toy one week, a book the next week. It's proven to be a very successful program for children. When they go on to preschool, they know their colors, they know their ABCs. We have openings for our next year's program. If you'd like to call us, we'd be glad to interview you. The number is 781-595-2870, extension 242, and you'd ask for Francie Sudak or Kathy Weston.
Welcome back to What's Happening. If you're just joining us, here with me are Francie Sudak and Lucy Encarnacion of the Lynn Public Schools. Ladies, we're here today to talk a little bit about your most recent event, the Community Resources Fair. Now, Lynn Public Schools, that's who you work for, that's who signs the checks. Now, CFACE, a lot of people don't know about this. It's a huge program with a lot to it. Who can take the lead on that one? Francie.
Thank you, Sean. That's my baby, no pun intended, but yeah,
Okay.
Coordinated family and community engagement. We can't say enough about what we can do for you families that have prenatal right up to 8-year-olds. Before school, after school, during school, evening events. What we have to do is let you know, and how do we let you know? Certainly, we can throw out a phone number if you would like to get on our mailing list. We are also, you can go to the webpage. We have calendars that go out explaining what's going on, what you may see, you may not want to come to for one, but you may want to join in on, for instance, coming up, swimming at the YMCA. Infant massage classes. Anybody that hasn't had an opportunity to go through an infant massage or a CPR class, please give us a call. We have room. We will never throw anybody out because we see the importance of that. All of those things, if you go to private places, cost. With this grant, everything is free. And I stress that because parents cannot understand how we can run a play group and still offer it as a free service. But because of the school department and the grant, we do that. We have coming up a story walk at the Lynn Public Library, which is wonderful, next Thursday, hosted by our staff. That will be on the lawn of the Lynn Public Library. We have what's called our program of Raising a Reader. It's a traveling library kit. Call if you need information on that. You can beg, you can borrow, you can do whatever you want. We will offer you books for your family, and then you can return them. Another great program. Again, we'll be swimming next week at the YMCA. Everything on the calendar is open to all of you to please join in and come and see what's there. Again, my teen programs, we encourage the teens to come down after school, before school. As far as, what do we do? There isn't much that we don't do. Lucy has alluded to a lot of that with, people have personal struggles today.
Yep.
We can get them the resource. Parents may be looking for a job. We wish we could, do that. However, we do. She brought up about the Parent-Child Home Program. Fantastic opportunity. We see parents who are in depression, who are isolated. Our home visitors, and I have 12 girls that will go into the home for 30 minutes twice a week. Probably the best 30 minutes that you can spend with your child. Again, our premise is to cuddle up and read, a place to go, a place to grow, and prevention versus remediation. If we can prevent something with an infant or a toddler before the child gets into the classroom door that may have gone unidentified, then we feel we hadn't done our job. But as long as we can be out there outreaching and doing what we have to do, we will do it. We're in the laundromats. We are in the grocery stores. If you see us approach you, it's only for the best interest if we see you with a little child that you may want to get tapped into what we can offer you.
You guys do an amazing amount of work. I mean, we have two of Lynn's best advocates right here in the studio. I'm happy to have had you guys.
Thank you.
I think there's a lot to this program. You guys can log on to www.fcslynn.org to find out more. You're located at 111 North Common Street. Amazing stuff. Keep up the good work. I can almost guarantee you guys will be on the show again. Up next, we'll be interviewing with the organizers of the Paranormal Expo to be held on May 17th here in Lynn to benefit the High Rock Tower Complex. So stay tuned for that.